Hi, my name is Cold Beer, and let's start with a chant.
This is a nice single-player third-person horror action-adventure game set on a remote island. Your peaceful weekend turns to dread after a group opens a psychedelic dimension of terror that feeds off negative energy. So you could throw all the Karens of the world in it and keep everyone happy, but the protagonist never thought about that. So now you witness terrifying revelations about the cosmos, fight off the creatures, reason with the survivors, and unravel the legacy of a cult from the 1970s to reverse the ritual that caused all of this. The score on Steam hovers about 80% of positive reviews, so 4 out of 5 people like the game. Tannenberg. The game brings the massive battles of the Eastern Front and the First World War to life, with 64 players fighting for control of key sectors of the battlefield, each one offering a distinct strategic advantage. Here you'll find authentic atmosphere with accuracy in everything, from maps and weaponry to uniforms. The game has great tactical squad-based FPS, play as Romanian, Latvian, Austro-Hungarian, German or Bulgarian. But I have to warn you that if you don't have 64 friends, just forget about those 64 player battles. The last update was a year ago, and there's like 30 people online averagely at all time. Still, the price is nice, and so is the game. Blasphemous. This game is a true work of art. I don't think that any of you will argue with me about that. Art-wise, this is one of the best examples of Metroidvania and Souls genre collision. Interesting thing is that the major influence of Blasphemous' story and design was the religious art of the city of Seville in Spain, and also works of famous Spanish painters, especially Francisco Goya and his 200-year-old painting called A Procession of Flagellants, or Flagellants, I have no idea how to say it. If you want some nightmares before bed, just Google Goya's paintings. They are as great as they are creepy. People on Steam are saying that the game has incredible dynamic music and amazing voice acting. Also, some dudes are seriously stating that Blasphemous was a gateway drug to a 2D indie platformer games from AAA Souls-likes, so it can really expand your horizons, but mostly here you will just die and die again. Killer Frequency. The year is 1987, and you will step into the shoes of a late-night radio talk show host. New in town and fallen from grace, the chief of police is dead, so the townsfolk turn to you for help, as apparently you are the only person in town who can run a phone line. The genre here is horror, but with dark humor elements. You will have to solve puzzles to save callers from being hunted down by a mysterious killer, or maybe there are more than one, you don't know. Every call you get here is life and death, and you with your wits and smarts will have to save the inhabitants of Gallows Creek. Well, at least you will try and probably fail. You know, the protagonist is as smart as you are. That's okay, you can try again. You will use branching dialogues to interact with a variety of eccentric small-town personalities, including potential victims and suspects. Explore your surroundings, gather clues, make decisions, solve satisfying riddles, and try to help each of your callers to survive the night. People who play the game are saying that the game is very addictive and fun. It has a very high review score, and there are not a lot of games like that in general, so it's a really cool and original title. Trepang 2. He will take on the shoes of an escaped soldier who has no memories of his past life but is infused with supernatural abilities. All you want is revenge for something, you know, and you'll stop at nothing. You will deliver devastating punches, sneak around in the shadows, wield powerful weapons, and give the bad guys a taste of their own medicine. Or a taste of pineapple in the potato salad, which is way worse and should be banned by Convention of Geneva or something. So anyways, you can already tell the game has strong horror vibes and has visuals and atmosphere similar to legendary Fear games. Here you'll find 6 difficulty levels, so even if it looks hard to crack, on easy it is quite easy. Game has above 90% of positive reviews on Steam, and you can play the free demo version as well. Grim Dawn. Among all the games similar to Diablo, there is no doubt that Grim Dawn is one of the best examples ever made in this field. More than 90% of positive reviews can confirm that with ease. Here you'll be able to enjoy the dual class system. Combine any of 6 distinct classes with over 25 skills and modifiers per class, meaning that your hero will definitely be some kind of unique abomination nobody else has. Although I can say from my own experience, if you are playing for the first time, don't do that. Swallow your dignity and just watch some tutorial of the most powerful powerful build possible, because otherwise you may end like me. You will nurture a warrior who does cool magic but later in the game is completely useless, and that drop of quality is huge, from a Gandalf to a Las Vegas magician.
I will tell Pen Gillette about this blasphemy, he will make you disappear.
Oh, no, please don't.
It's too late for that.
Farthest Frontier. This is a city builder survival colony sim from the creators of Grim Dawn. So here as always you'll have to protect and guide your small band of settlers to forge a glorious called Beeristan from untamed wilderness at the edge of the known world. You'll harvest raw materials, hunt, fish and farm to sustain your advancing town. Also produce crafted items for villagers to trade, consume, equip and fight with as you battle for your survival against the elements and outside threats. The game will also test your management side. Here you'll harvest 14 different materials, grow 17 types of food, and construct 50 types of buildings. An overkill? I don't know, it seems so, but the review score on Steam is very positive, so who am I to judge? Marvel's Midnight Suns. Here you'll become the Hunter, the first fully customizable original hero in the Marvel universe. You can personalize your appearance, choose your reactions to situations, and build friendships with other Marvel characters spanning the Avengers, X-Men, Runaways, and so on. Like in many similar games, you will decide who to take with you on missions, which missions to embark on, and a host of other options to make this a unique experience. The game is made by the creators of the legendary XCOM series, so there is no surprise that the game has a very positive review score on Steam and is appreciated by Marvel fans and by turn-based lovers as well. For example, I liked superhero movies, but when they started to make like 7 of them every year, I stopped watching and I have no idea who half of these superheroes in this game are. Murky Divers. This is basically a Lethal Company clone with a Subnautica setting. You will dive with a team of up to 4 friends or strangers to the bottom of the ocean. Your mission is to remove all dead bodies from abandoned labs and erase any evidence on their failed experiments. And those experiments are what left all these lab rats dead. So prepare to meet some nightmares of the deep. They are really creepy. All in all, this is a horror game to play with friends, to scream together and generate nervous laughter afterwards. Also, your oxygen will run out way quicker than you expect, so there are a lot of ways to die, but you should avoid that, dying is not what you want. And another fun part is your submarine. You'll have to navigate blindly only with the help of sonar to avoid dangers. Great game to finally acquire the fear of the ocean, although be sure you are okay with motion sickness, this game is known to generate one. Crypt of the NecroDancer. Entertaining music, fast-paced gameplay and RPG elements makes this game really great. I have played countless hours of it and I enjoyed every single one of them. Just be sure that you are a calm person, because this game is hard. Not as hard as Diamonds or Tardigrades for example, but hard enough to make you rage quit a few times. But then you will come back, because Crypt of the NecroDancer is not about the destination, it's all about the journey, which will be very short for you. And the game has permadeath as well. I have died about 100 times by now and probably lost a bit of my brain cells in the process. Well, jokes aside, the best thing here is the music. The name of the game kinda suggests that this is a rhythm game, and that rhythm is amazing, especially when the merchant starts to sing, that is priceless. And the conclusion would be that Crypt of the NecroDancer is one of the most entertaining roguelite games I have ever played. You have my all recommendations. In other waters. This is one of the coolest indie games I have stumbled on recently. Story begins when Ellery is called to the planet Gliese, only to arrive at an abandoned base. She finds herself adrift in an ocean of secrets with little more than a malfunctioning diving suit and a strange AI to guide her. And you play not as an Ellery, as you already assumed, but as this AI. How the turns have tabled, huh? So you have to guide Ellery and keep her safe as you dive deeper and explore an underwater alien landscape. The planet's unique life and its dark history are yours to uncover, and the bond between you and Ellery will be tested by the secrets you learn. People are talking that this game floats somewhere between an art project, a work of fiction, and an experiment in minimalist UI design. I absolutely agree, and I will add the fact that this game is awesome, and if you like stuff like that, you should definitely try it out. Paradise Killer. On Steam it has above 90% of positive reviews, so that should keep your attention. This game is set on an island outside of reality and revolves around a rogue human civilization hoping to resurrect the dead alien gods. That already sounds crazy, but the gameplay and the story somehow makes sense and is truly captivating. The game was nominated as the best adventure of the year by PC Gamer, got 9 out of 10 from IGN, and is a true gem for everyone hungry for amazing story-rich game. People are saying that this is one of these games which you would want to forget, and in a good sense. If the mind eraser was already invented, this would be one of the most popular things to erase from your memory so you could play it again. The Pale Beyond. You never wanted to lead this expedition, but here you are. Stuck on and in the ice, your captain is missing and you are stranded miles from civilization. Someone has to take charge, and that is you, unfortunately. Because, knowing you now, everyone is certainly doomed. You will have to manage your resources, balance safety and morale, make the hard calls and head in the only direction you can, through the Pale Beyond. Keeping your crew and your dogs safe, fed and warm during the expedition is mandatory. Surviving on the ice will matter little in the face of a mutiny. Every vote will count, so keep the crew, at least the majority of it, on your side. Or you will hang and someone else will take the lead, but that won't be your story anymore. This is a wonderful, story-rich game. I can recommend it for everyone who likes games like that without a doubt. Pumpkin Jack. With more than 90% of positive review score on Steam, this hack-and-slash adventure platformer should grab your attention by its balls.
Wait, what?
Shut up. Here you'll travel across dangerous landscapes in levels featuring alluring atmospheres, each crafted with vibrant color palettes and cool lighting effects. Here you must master the art of combo attacks, learn dodging and timing to survive dynamic real-time battles. You will unlock powerful weapons and solve puzzles that focus on physics. Use your flaming head to burn books, hammer some moles, and create pathways for magic spheres as each level introduces new challenges. You'll also find helpful companions to assist you on your journey, including an owl to guide you along, and a crow itching to assist you with long-range attacks. This game is meant for pure entertainment. Great visuals, interesting storyline and dynamic battles await you here. Also, the humor is quite nice as well. BioShock Remastered. This is an immersive sim shooter loaded with powerful weapons and interesting tactics. You'll have a complete arsenal at your disposal, from simple revolvers to grenade launchers and chemical throwers, but you will also be forced to genetically modify your DNA to create an even more deadly weapon, which is you. So there is only a small chance that you have never heard about the game, but I can assure you that BioShock is one of the best first-person shooter games ever created, and this remastered version includes some additional content, 65 Steam achievements, full controller support, modern textures, and of course 4K support as well. Second part is also discounted, but if you never played BioShock, start with the first part. The game is story-rich and it would be a shame to skip a huge part of it. BioShock Infinite. As the first two parts, this is an immersive first-person shooter sim with a wonderful single-player story. While the first and second BioShock games were set underwater, this time you go high into the sky, to the city among the clouds named Columbia. The year is 1912, and you have to rescue a mysterious girl or die trying. Well, knowing you, the latter option is more likely. Oh, come on, I'm kidding, you are great, never doubt that. Now subscribe. Anyway, the Flying City is a beautiful and vibrant world that holds a very dark secret. Here you can rip apart time and space to shape the battlefield and turn the tide in combat by pulling weapons, turrets and other resources out of thin air, throw explosive fireballs, shoot lightning and release murders of crows. Game has more than 90% of positive reviews and is a real gem every first-person shooter lover should play. Tribes of Midgard. This is a cooperative survival game in which you must resist the oncoming invasion of giants during Ragnarok, latter meaning the end of the world in Viking language. Here you will need to explore the wilderness, craft new weapons, and be prepared to defend the sacred center of your village from the grim shadows. All the while the giant of Jotunheim stalks closer to your village, seeking to destroy Midgard, and fulfill the prophecy. Basically, this is a Norse mythology game where you can gather a group of up to 10 people and try to survive in a procedurally generated world. The longer you and your tribe survive, the greater will be the rewards. Maybe this time your potato salad will have actual potatoes in it, you never know. Rewards here are great. Risk of Rain 2. Everyone who played Risk of Rain 2 can agree on one thing: it plays way better than it looks, meaning that everything you are seeing now to you looks like a graphic gibberish of some sort, but if you take control of the hero, everything changes immediately. The game has 96% of positive reviews left by hundreds of thousands of players who bought the game. You can't argue with that. So here you'll fight your way to the final boss and escape, or continue your run indefinitely to see how long you can survive. A unique scaling system means that both you and your foes limitlessly increase in power over the course of the game. People on Steam are talking that Risk of Rain 2 is a bit unfriendly for new players. It will take time for you to adapt, so be prepared for that. It won't guide you by your hand or penis. Lisa. Title is very well rated on various platforms. For example, on Steam it has above 90% of positive reviews, and that should lock your attention in. Also, I must stress that the game is for adults, and it was hard for me just to show it for you without being demonetized. Anyway, this, as developers say, is a hilarious RPG of your wildest nightmares. Here you will undertake a relentless journey through a post-apocalyptic wasteland. Beneath its charming exterior is a world full of disgust and moral desolation, where you will learn what kind of person you truly are. You know, by being forced to make choices that permanently affect the gameplay. You will make sacrifices to keep your party members alive, whether it's taking a beating for them, losing limbs, or some other inhuman things. In this world you will learn that being selfish and heartless is the only way to survive. You know, just like in real life. Don't act like you are a saint. Some people are saying that it is hard to get into the game right away, so there are a fair amount of players who love the game only from second or even a third try. So don't give up. Borderlands 3. Here you'll blast through weird worlds and enemies as one of 4 World Hunters, the ultimate treasure-seeking badasses of the Borderlands, each with deep skill trees, abilities and customization. So in this looter-shooter RPG you will play solo or join the battle with friends to take on an epic enemies, score loads of loot and save your home from the most ruthless cult leaders in the galaxy. With bazillions of guns and gadgets, every fight is an opportunity to score new gear, and that gear is more than crazy. Firearms with self-propelling bullet shields? Check. Rifles that spawn fire-spewing volcanoes? Obviously. Guns that grow legs and chase down enemies while cursing? Yeah, got that too. On Steam, Borderlands 3 is an owner of very positive reviews, so it's a no-brainer if you like shoot and loot. Just grab the game and be happy. Make your enemies unhappy by making them die.
And now thank you for watching, have a nice day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.